What's up, guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 1995 Toyota Corolla DX Wagon. Up front is a 1.8 liter inline 4, and down below is a 5-speed manual transmission. Now, I am super excited to be driving this here Corolla Wagon for a couple of reasons. First of all, you just don't see these much anymore, and those are my favorite kinds of cars to drive. A lot of people I know grew up around vehicles like this, and so I'm excited to drive a piece of automotive history today. But before we get on to anything else, I have a website, zackpradle.com, where you can buy stickers and other merchandise when it becomes available. You could also submit your own vehicle to be reviewed by me through a quick and easy submission form, and you'd get a video of your car just like this one. And you could read my behind the scenes blog to see what I'm filming before it comes out on the channel. But let's get back to that 1.8 liter under the hood. Well, there were a couple engines offered here in the United States for the Corolla. However, the wagons all got the 1.8 liter as opposed to the 1.6 liter that the sedans were offered with. Now, you could get a sedan with the 1.8 liter, but the entry level was a 1.6 back in 1995. And this 1.8 makes 105 horsepower. Yeah, not a lot, but it keeps the thing moving. And as we'll talk about with transmission, it's actually quite fun to drive. That also meant that fuel economy back in the 90s was in the upper 20s, which is not bad. And I'm sure people have pushed it further than that. It's fun to row through the gears. It's a really, really enjoyable driving experience. And you wouldn't really think that out of a Corolla of this era. I'll save it for my final thoughts, but I love this little thing. But like I said, paired to it, 5-speed manual transmission. A rare option, especially for the wagons, but an absolutely awesome option at that, because I love these Toyota shifters. I always say in my Toyota manual reviews that older Toyotas drive exactly how you think in your head a manual transmission vehicle should drive. The shifter clicks into place. It has very nice feel. The clutch is heavy enough to have feedback, but light enough to be very, very pleasant. All the driving components in here are exactly how I would want them to be. And that's amazing because this car has never been modified. That is something very, very special. Last but not least, of course, the Corolla Wagon is front-wheel drive. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have 4 very plain gauges. On the left is my coolant temperature and tachometer, and on the right, I have my speedometer and fuel. The steering wheel also similarly doesn't have much going on. However, I do have an airbag, and it is the very typical 90s pillowy airbag style. Off to the left, I do have a climate control vent as well as the gauge dimmer switch. And moving out of the door, I have manual mirrors up top. However, I do have power locks and power windows. So part of the DX is that I did get power windows, which is very, very nice for a little economy car like this. Moving into the center, I have 2 climate control vents, a digital clock off to the right. Really, really like that. And then this is the original radio, which I absolutely love. That Trevor actually kept the original radio in here. However, he has soldered aux cables to the back of the radio so he can listen to modern music but keep that awesome 90s aesthetic alive. Then I have my climate controls, very, very basic. Where to send it up top, fan speed and temperature down below, and then of course my little AC button. And then I get a giant cubby. This is just a shelf for putting, well, whatever the heck I want, as well as I do get these little minuscule pop-out cup holders. So we will do a big friggin' bottle test here in the 95 Corolla Wagon. And as I predicted, the big friggin' bottle does not fit. However, it's a decently valiant effort from the Corolla Wagon. Then I do have a cigarette lighter and ashtray, something we don't see in cars today. And if you're interested to learn more about that, I have a mini video essay about the history of cigarette lighters. But then I get a little cubby and the shifter itself. Of course, this is not the original shift knob. However, I've seen these on a lot of older Toyotas and I love the look of it. But like I said, the shifter feels absolutely fantastic. It's exactly how I would want a shifter to feel. Nice solid clicks into gear. Bushings aren't too tight, aren't too loose. Love that about it. Then I do have little coin holders and the parking brake, and then a little cubby in the center kind of acts as your center console, and that finishes that. Now, the seats are comfortable. They are this very 90s retro style cloth that I've come to know and love from vehicles of this era. They are very, very comfortable, even on this slightly hot day. They're not hot themselves, and I really, really like that. I miss 90s cloth seats. I think that they're way better than the stuff that we get today. But speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so let's go do a back seat review. All right, so we're in the back of the 1995 Toyota Corolla Wagon, DX Wagon, if that matters to you. And not a whole ton of space back here, but not dramatically less space than the Corolla sedan. I've done one of a similar year, and honestly, it felt pretty much the same back here. It's not fantastic, it's not amazing, but I do have plenty of headroom. Knee room, I could use a little bit more of, but not the end of the world. I don't get a center console or anything like that, unfortunately, but it's a back seat. It works very, very well, and this isn't really the highlight of the Corolla Wagon, because the regular Corolla can do that. What is the cornerstone of the Corolla Wagon is the back area. Let's talk about it. All right, so we're on the back of the 95 Corolla Wagon, little hatch back here. And once we are back here, there is tons and tons of space. This is bigger than any Corolla trunk that you could find of the same era. And something really, really cool is that this one still has a working privacy cover. Bet you haven't seen a working one of these in quite some time, which is super, super unique. And it does retract. It doesn't just sag down. Tons of space back here. This is the best quality of the Corolla Wagon, is just how much cargo space that you get. It really, really is a huge game changer, and I was very, very impressed with the amount of space that you get. I mean, just look at this. So, so cool. Now we got to talk about the looks, and this is a very 90s color, this sort of aqua, pond water, green, blue kind of look. I really, really like it, and it's definitely very, very dated, but like in a good way. I guess retro and nostalgic is a better word than just dated. Let's stick with that. It's very retro and nostalgic, and I like that a lot. And just looking at the roofline, it's very interesting. I'm not used to seeing Corollas with such a long roofline. And so let's get on to my final thoughts. Well, I love this thing so much. It's fantastic to drive. It's fantastic to be in. It's so practical with that cargo space. It's so practical. You can move in and out of an apartment with it. You can camp in it. You can live in it. Fantastic. The driving experience is amazing. No, it's not fast. You're not going to win many drag races with this thing, but it's pleasurable to drive. It's slow car fun. The little 1.8 liter is just scratching along, and it's taken almost 30 years of abuse. I can't imagine this car has had a particularly easy life, but it's still here chugging. I love that. You know, there's a Twitter account that I love following. It's called Cars Shaped Like a Friend. And it's all of these cute, adorable cars that you just kind of want to hug. And that's how this car looks to me. This is a friend. It's the shape of a friend. What it actually reminds me of, honestly, is a wiener dog. I think it's like just a little bit longer for like not that much of a reason, but like it's cute. Like you love it. You just want to hold it and dress it up in a little costume on Halloween. This is the wiener dog of cars. It's not everyone's favorite, but to me it is. This is so incredibly good. And I mean, just what a piece of nostalgia too. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Trevor for letting me take out his manual Corolla Wagon. This is just the coolest thing on planet Earth right now. I am so thankful to him for letting me take it out. He's been absolutely awesome to work with. I think we're gonna be shooting some more stuff in the future, and I can't wait for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.